Hello, my name is Trisha Buerre. I'm the chef, and today we're going to make chicken piccata with Buerre blanc sauce. So some of the ingredients that you need for that is you need about 4 6-ounce chicken breasts, some flour to dredge your chicken in. I also put onion powder, garlic powder, and salt and pepper into the flour, and some Italian seasoning. And then you also need some angel hair pasta, which we got about 2 cups of pasta ready to boil. And then you need a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of oil, which we're going to cook the chicken in. You need half a cup of tomatoes, diced in half, cherry tomatoes. You need half a cup of asparagus, half a cup of Parmesan. This is Parmesan Reggiano cheese. And you just need about a tablespoon of capers, which really gives it good flavor. And then about a half a cup of artichokes. And then also you need a cup of wine, or half a cup of wine actually. Half a cup of white wine. Sauvignon Blanc is my favorite wine to use. And it's white wine. So normally white wine will go with a white meat. So what we're going to do is we're going to dredge our chicken in flour. But before we do that, we're going to pound it to just tenderize it a little bit. And what I did is I put the chicken in marinade. And this one's a smoky mesquite marinade. And I'll probably put it in there about an hour, but you can usually just put it in there for about 30 minutes. It's marinade in a bag, so basically you just buy the marinade and stick the chicken in the bag. Alright. Alright. So we're going to put the chicken in between 2 pieces of saran wrap so that it doesn't get splattered everywhere. Alright, so I've got it on one saran wrap. I'm putting it on the second one. Well, I'm actually putting it over the chicken so it doesn't splatter. Alright, pounded it. And I cut these chicken breasts in half because they were really thick. And when we cook it on the skillet, it shouldn't take 3 or 4 minutes on each side to cook. So you want to make sure it's thin enough to cook in the skillet. Alright. Turn the camera a little bit. Okay. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to pound the chicken, and what that does is it makes it tender. And since I cut them in half, I'm just going to gently pound them. You don't have to pound them a whole lot, just gently because they're already thin. It tenderizes the chicken, so it's more moist. That's it. That's all you have to do. Very gently. Like so. Alright. Turn that off. And then while we're dredging our chicken, what we're going to do is I have a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of oil in this skillet. The reason I like to use oil and butter because butter burns and the oil has the tendency to make it not burn. So I'm going to gently dredge the chicken in flour, just lightly, just enough to get it lightly coated. Completely covered, and then kind of shake off any excess flour that you have, like so. And we're going to do that to all of our chicken while the skillet's heating up. Just make sure it's completely covered, and then shake off the excess. You can pat the flour on the chicken if that's easier. That side again. I got 2 pieces that time, so do this side. See how it's gently floured? It's gently dredged in flour, and you shake off the excess. And we have several pieces of chicken here, but we're not going to stick it all in the skillet at one time because you want to leave it space to cook. So don't try to put it all in one time in one batch. Okay, shake it off. And try not to let the chicken touch each other because if you do, it will take off the flour that you just put on. Okay. Just like so. And we've got our skillet on high. While I'm doing that, I'm going to turn the water on high as well because I want it to be boiling when I put in the angel hair pasta in just a minute. And I'm going to add some salt to the water. It just makes the noodles not stick together as much. Okay. Alright, almost done dredging the flour. Got one more piece. One more piece to dredge. Just like so. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of our flour. Under there. Just a little. Alright, I'll wash my hands. Alright, so we've got the skillet warming up for us. You want to make it sure it's hot before you put the chicken on there. Put on the maximum amount. Our water's trying to boil over here so we can do our angel hair pasta. Put that on high. Cover the entire pan. Just like so. You want to cook it 3 minutes on each side. Okay, after you get all of the batches of chicken browned on both sides, then at that time you can go ahead and add your vegetables in. Which here's our artichokes, and we said we're going to do half a cup of the vegetables, so pour those in. Then you got asparagus, which was chopped in pieces. Alright, and then you got capers, and capers are really good for giving flavor to dishes. So if you've never tried those, they're really good. And then here's the capers. Spread those around. Capers. And then we got the tomatoes they're cherry tomatoes we cut in fours. I'm going to stick them over here. Alright, so now our vegetables are cooking. We also have our angel hair pasta cooking in about 2 quarts of water, so I cooked about 8 ounces of the angel hair pasta. I like using angel hair pasta because it's easy to eat and it's not as long as spaghetti, and I think it's a lot lower in calories too. So I boiled the water and now I'm waiting for the pasta to cook, which probably will be done in about 10 minutes or so. Pasta. Okay. So we've got our vegetables cooking with our chicken. Just gonna mix them up. And if you want, you can add a little more butter in the bottom, which I'm going to. I'm just going to add a piece of this. All right. When the vegetables are cooked up, and the chicken's almost done because we've already cooked it on both sides. As you can see. Buttermilk there. Just let the vegetables cook for about 3 minutes or so. We're going to make some Buerre blanc sauce to go over the pasta and the chicken. Right. Once the vegetables get done, then we're going to deglaze the pan. And that basically means getting all the black particles that was the chicken residue off the pan, and including wine and butter, and that's how you deglaze it. So you want your wine and butter to reduce about 70 or 80%, and that's what gives flavor to the sauce. So here's the white wine. We did a half a cup of that. And 1 more tablespoon of butter. And let that deglaze. You just want to let it reduce in liquid. When I say reduce, the liquid amount, let it reduce by 70 or 80%, and then whatever is left is what gives it that really nice flavor profile. I don't usually drink alcohol or wine, but I do cook with it quite a bit because it does add a substantial amount of flavor to your cooking. I'm going to add a little more pepper. I don't really add salt, especially if I have capers, because capers are kind of like olives, they're salty anyway. So I really don't add a lot of salt. Okay. Next thing we're going to make is the Beurre Blanc sauce, and that's what you actually put over the chicken and the pasta. You mix it in with the pasta, and then you put it over the pasta and the chicken. Now you can smell the alcohol. Okay, I'm going to let that finish cooking, and then I'm going to get everything ready for the Beurre Blanc sauce. Okay, our angel hair pasta is done. We just drained it, so we're going to set it to the side. I have the chicken over there with the vegetables reducing down with the wine on the stove, so I can show you how to make the Beurre Blanc sauce. So the first thing you want to do is you got your burner on medium-high. Alright. And then you want to add your half a cup of the white wine. Then you're going to add your lemon juice. Your heavy cream. And it's just 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. And then your shallots that you chopped up. Okay, so basically we have half a cup of white wine. We've got 2 teaspoons of shallots chopped finely. We have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then we have 2 tablespoons of the heavy cream. Now, once that reduces down, say by 75%, then we're going to add the butter. Let me just check on the sauce, make sure we got it over here. It's reducing down pretty good. sure your chicken's done. You want to make sure it's at 165 degrees. That tells you it's done. So I'm going to stick this in here while I'm checking that. Our blanc sauce. And I think it's going to be really tender. Feels like it. Okay. Turn this one off. Alright. So we're basically cooking the onions, the lemon juice, the shallots in our pan, and once it reduces by 75%, we're going to come back and we're going to add the butter. Now the key to this is the butter has to be cold and it has to be in small dice sizes, because if you don't, it's going to break. And you want to constantly whisk it when we get to the point where we're going to add the butter. We're making the Beurre Blanc sauce. The shallots and the heavy cream and the wine has reduced by 75%. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the butter, and we're going to add a dice size amount of butter and make sure it's cold, because if you don't, it'll break. So we've got a whole stick of butter, which is half a cup. We're going to add that to the pan by a couple blocks at a time to let it melt, and then we'll add the other blocks. So you want to do it slowly and just keep it stirring. That's the key. You gotta keep stirring and keep that butter moving. Just like so. We got all of our butter melted into our Beurre Blanc sauce. As you can see, it's a real pretty yellow color, and it's got the shallots and the wine in it, and the lemon juice, and about 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Right, the trick with this is you want to keep it warm. If it gets cold, it's going to break. So be sure to keep it warm. Alright, and now we're back to our chicken with our vegetables and our wine that we had, and the asparagus, the tomatoes, the artichokes, and the capers. So what we're going to do finally on this is we're going to add some Parmesan cheese into that sauce. I have about half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Alright, so we're going to mix that into the sauce. Let it melt a little bit. Let that melt. And like I said, the cheese is a Romano, Asiago, and Parmesan. And it's the Galladio. It's really good. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do on our French butter sauce, which is the Beurre Blanc, we're going to add some parsley on top. A bit more. Okay, and you can add cayenne pepper. I don't like hot stuff usually, so I'll just add a little smoked paprika, which I did right here. I just put about 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika I'm going to put on top. Like so. And spread it out evenly. Mix that in. And just be sure to keep your lemon butter sauce hot, or at least warm, so it doesn't separate. And that's all there is to making chicken piccata with artichokes, tomatoes, asparagus, wine, and Parmesan cheese. And then we made our Beurre Blanc lemon butter sauce. The last thing we're going to do is, on our chicken piccata and our Beurre Blanc sauce, is we're going to take our angel hair pasta, and we're actually going to mix it around with our sauce, with our artichokes and capers and tomato sauce. We're going to go ahead and mix it in. Alright. Mix it in really good with your tomatoes and your other sauce for the chicken piccata. coated. And then we're going to plate up our chicken piccata with our lemon butter sauce, which is called the Beurre Blanc. It really doesn't take that long to make this dish. Alright. Got all the pasta mixed in with the sauce. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the plate and make like a little nest here. Put the pasta in the center of the plate. Like so. Make a little indent in the for the chicken. Alright. Then we're going to put our chicken in the center. Just like so. Put a little more pasta on that one. There we go. Just like that. Here. And then we'll pour a little bit of our Beurre Blanc sauce on top. Another spoon. This one. Put a little bit. And there you have it. Chicken piccata with Beurre Blanc sauce. And if you ever get a chance to go to Charleston's, that's the best, one of the best meals they make there is that chicken piccata with the Beurre Blanc sauce on. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.